All right, in this segment, we're going to do a short review of the movie Silence of the Lamb. It's about 6 minutes long, not the movie, of course, it's the review. And we're going to afterwards discuss some key takeaways from it. We're going to discuss how the mentor has to own the relationship, the key strategies to apply when you're a new member, a new leader coming into a relationship. And then, of course, the first 45 days that are incredibly critical and what you need to do to win a new team effectively by practicing the things that we're going to discuss in the in the commentary of the movie Silence of the Lamb. All right, let's watch the clip and we'll continue the conversation on the back end. The film that we're going to talk about is Silence of the Lambs. We're going to focus on a special relationship that exists between Crawford, the FBI director, and Clarice, and how they work together. The relationship that they built is one that we'll refer to as the mentor and the mentee. The FBI director, played by Scott Glenn, he's the mentor. Clarice is the mentee. The leader, the one who knows how to do it, is going to show the person how to do the project by going through the process together. We'll cover the responsibilities of the person doing the mentoring, and we'll cover the responsibilities of the person being mentored. They both have to work together for it to be successful.
Jobs come up and I thought about you.
The Scott Glenn character, Inspector Crawford, he had a project to do. He communicated to her very clearly what the project was.
We're interviewing all the serial killers now in custody for a psychobehavioral profile. See, the one we want most refuses to cooperate. I want you to go after him again today in the asylum.
Who's the subject?
The psychiatrist, Hannibal Lecter.
He communicated to her what her role was going to be and what his role was going to be.
So if he won't cooperate, I want just straight reporting.
You don't just have one conversation and then say, you got it? No, it's we're going to start this, and then what we're going to start here is a conversation throughout the project. And throughout the project, you're going to talk to me, I'm going to talk to you. You don't disappear, I don't disappear.
Have your memo on my desk by 0800 Wednesday. I want your full attention, Starling.
Yes, sir.
The second thing he does is that he initiates conversations with her on a regular basis.
Clarice, phone. It's the guru.
Crawford? Thanks, Ardelia.
Starling?
Sir?
That fosters and gives the mentee the example that, okay, this person likes to talk a lot. There's not a, hey, what's up? There's not a lot of silence. And the third thing he does, he gets involved with her. He gives her tasks for her to do. He also does some things behind the scenes that he's got to do on his own because he's not wanting to put everything on her. The responsibility of the person being mentored is that they have to be hungry.
While you could only dream of getting out, getting anywhere, getting all the way to the FBI.
They have to be ambitious. They really got to take risks and move things forward. There's a scene in which she has to clear out the room and she takes a risk and she clears the room out.
Excuse me. Her folks would thank you if they could for your kindness and your sensitivity. And now, please, go on now. Let us take care of her. Go on now.
Right there is when most of the managers see that and go, okay, oh no, the mentee is creating an awkward situation. No, there's a point in which you have to let the mentee take a risk, but the mentor did not slap her wrist. And that's important because if you control everything and you don't let your mentee take some of that risk, that person's going to back off. The second thing that the person being mentored has to bring to the table, a high degree of coachability. They have to be very humble.
Starling, we know who he is and where he is. We're on our way right now. We'll be on the ground in 45 minutes with HRT.
The mentor actually did things to go and try to arrest the murder suspect, and he didn't tell her. It's very easy right there for the person being mentored to take offense and go, hey, no. I got to be able to coach you at my discretion.
Well, Chicago's only 400 miles from here. I'll be there in...
I need you to link him to the Bimmel girl before he's indicted. See what you can dredge up in Belvedere.
Yes, sir. You bet.
Notice how she reacted. She moved into, how can I help?
Starling, we wouldn't have found him without you. Nobody's going to forget that.
I will make sure everyone knows, and that calmed her down. The third, what Clarice brings is a high degree of people skills.
There's no one here, Jack. Clarice.
When she's finally facing the suspect, the murder suspect, she reads the situation. As you see her, she's kind of seeing, looking around. Something's not right. She observes him. She watches him. She looks around and then acts. And she moved all around the personality profiles. That is great people skills, because if you can be stable when you have to be stable, if you can be data mindful when you need to be, relationship, calming somebody down with a little bit of charm and enthusiasm, and then how to move into action, that right there spells success. And then at the end of it, the great finale is what showed that the relationship was a success. She was part of the recognition, and the director gave her full front stage of being recognized for the incredible work that she did. He decreased so she could increase. The mentor sees that the mentee caught things and that person will now be successful. And the mentee looks at that other human being and says, wow, there's people like that exist.
Your father would have been proud today.
It's that human element that makes both the mentor and the mentee extremely happy. I owe so much of what I am and what I do to about 4 or 5 mentors in my life who were there for me and basically said, Clarice, you can do this. The satisfaction that comes from being mentored by someone that cares, and the satisfaction of mentoring somebody that's willing to be coached, that is what makes working in the workplace, in professional environment, so rewarding. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you at the movies. Give me some observations.
Felt like he felt that he was responsible for her success and her safety because of the type of job that it was. So you could feel the caring that he had for her to make sure that she was successful and her safety at the same time.
He's responsible. He's taking care of her, right? It's almost like his success is now tied in with her success, you know. And so, I got to take care of myself. So that means I got to take care of her, you know. So yeah, very good observation. Good. Anybody else?
I kind of noticed that he kept the communication open, and not only that, he initiated a lot of the communication.
Exactly right. What helps in building a mentoring relationship is the ongoing event on your calendar that says, oh, got to meet with Maurice, because I know he's going to ask me about it. Don't show up, Maurice is going to come over and go, hey, we meeting? Hey, we meeting? There is this tendency that we have about not wanting to, quote, handhold people. I don't want to have to handhold that person. I don't want to. If she doesn't show up for the meeting, what am I supposed to be the one that texts her? Why don't she show up? And so we as the mentors cannot get to that point fast. It's got to be a long time of me showing that proactiveness. If we're not going to meet, I'm going to make sure we meet. Why? Because I'm owning this relationship. And at some point, we're going to switch this over and you own this relationship. But while I'm owning it, I'm going to show you that I'm bringing you along with me. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. And I'm not going to get tired of that. And if you get tired of that, well, then you take over. All right. So I want to show y'all the 8 takeaways. The biggest takeaway: establish the relationship. I cannot overemphasize that. I am currently helping a manager that came into their organization, and that manager and the supervisor are going at it, and it has become very toxic. I'm asking the tough question. So let me ask you, how long have you been here? She said, I'm going on 6 weeks. How much time did you spend with your supervisors, getting to know them, listening to them, before ever giving your opinion on how something should be changed or how something should be done? And she just stared at me, and I asked her, so how many sessions have you and I had? And she said, we've had 3 sessions. Each one's been about 45 minutes to an hour and a half. So in total, how many times have you and I met? We met easily 3 hours. Do you trust me? And she said, oh yeah, you know what you're doing. Do you think I can help you? Oh yeah, absolutely. I said, have I given you my opinion on anything? No, you haven't. So what have I been doing? So I guess all you've been doing, oh gosh, I haven't spent 5 minutes with any of my supervisors doing what you're doing to me. I said, okay, you want to know why she's challenging you? You want to know why y'all are going to the mat on everything now? Because you didn't establish the relationship. You didn't come in as someone to support. You probably had intention, but once you start seeing how messed up she had her department and how she was hiding and how she was evading things and how assertive, aggressive, passive aggressive she was, you saw the need to have to go rescue her people, and you started making changes on her. And now she's challenging, and now everyone knows that y'all are at odds with one another, and you're basically saying, yeah, but I got to do my job. And you forgot that your number one job was to build the confidence and trust of your supervisors. You can't work around your supervisors. And she totally changed, y'all. She saw it, and her attitude changed, and she said, wow, I cannot believe I did that, Maurice. I said, yeah, you were being a manager, because a manager fixes things. And that's good. I have to commend you for that. But unless it's so critical that it absolutely cannot wait, you have to earn the right to tell people your opinion. And she says, but I'm the boss. I said, especially so. You have to be that humble that, yes, because you're the boss, because you carry a leadership title, and because you're one of the ones at the top, the higher you go, the longer you need to spend time being that mentor. And if you don't earn the right and you give them that level of trust, like I've done with you in just 3 hours, you could have done this in 1 week. You could have taken her out to coffee and spent a whole week with her, and she would have changed the whole world for you. You could have convinced her to do everything you wanted her to do by becoming her friend, and you didn't. You picked up with her. And then you think that by ordering around, and now you want to write her up and thinking that you can use authority. Oh, sure, I'm sure HR is going to support you, but good luck with that. And so we're meeting tomorrow, and tomorrow is going to be the reset day, when she's going to apologize. And I've already talked to the supervisor, and she's very thankful, and she recognized, yeah, I kind of did this too. And so I have great aspirations for them. Establish the relationship, and we are so fast at saying, okay, you're hired, boom, boom, boom. And you think, man, do I have to wait 45 days? A lot of times you don't have to do 45 days, but 2 very calm meetings that they can tell that, whoa, this person's a human. She knows her stuff. She's good at what she does. And she spent time with me, and wow, okay, I guess at some point she's going to start telling me what to do. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be that feeling. There has to be that feeling. And I just don't think as managers, I know us as managers, because I'm one, that we move really fast into what managers do. We have to order people around and boom, create structure, create stability, create consistency, create habits, create training, bring out the reports, hold people accountable, push this. That's great. I wish more managers would even do that. But what we've missed is that layer of mentorship that makes that possible. It actually makes it more possible, because at the end of the day, humans work really well for other humans. And whenever they find that their manager is human about it, they'll give you more loyalty.